Mr. Joe Yaeger, how are you?
How are you?
Great, great.
Good to see you again.
I think we had you on. You were on the show. You were like one of the first 10 episodes
Probably.
of the show, and now we got
Probably
you
a long
back.
time ago.
Yeah, it was
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Can't even remember that long.
When we were doing the shows in the back
Do we have the mic
room.
come up?
You know, I don't know. I was thinking
We'll
about
just
that.
pen
Maybe
out.
we'll just put it right here. I think we'll be good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Two mics, double mics.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm feeling
Well, I
good
got
already.
the 2 mics out because we got double guests coming
We
up.
do have a
later on.
special guest coming. Pretty cool.
So, Joe, Greater Niagara Fishing Expo, you kind of got rid of the outdoor in the name.
We did.
It's Fishing Expo.
Took us about 4 years to convince them that we didn't need expo and it was all fishing.
Didn't need outdoor, right?
No, we didn't need outdoor. It was all fishing, and that's been our goal, is to get it 100% fishing.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot of shows around that are 100% fishing, and we do our best to make it 100%. Each year it seems like it's better. This year it's been really good.
Yeah. I walked around just a little while ago, and the vendors are just awesome. I mean, it's just a great variety of stuff, but it is a solid fishing show.
Yep, that's our goal. That's our goal.
And then the other thing I noticed walking around the hallway, and this is every year, but a great variety of seminars and a ton of people in there going to them.
Yeah, so we're actually very fortunate to have the facility we've got. So in this area, we've got about 181 booths. In the other half of this, so this is half of the event center or conference center. The other half is where all our seminars go on, and we've got about 18 rooms that we utilize over there. Biggest room seats 170. Our man here, Casey, he'll be there for 8 hours entertaining the people tomorrow, 170 of them. So it'll be a slugfest throughout the day.
It'll be a good time.
Rob and Pete Alex with them. So, and not tomorrow, that's Saturday. Friday night, we got them for 3.5 hours.
Meet and greet.
Yeah. So we're going to keep them busy, but a lot of seminars. I think this year we ended up 255 seminars. That's for the $10 admission coming in the door. They're all free. Anyone from perch to walleye to tributary fishing to open lake fishing to fly fishing, marine electronics, a lot of interest in marine electronics, Panoptics, the new live systems. I hear Craig, I just wandered by, and Craig was talking about forward facing sonar. We tried to make this
new Fishhawk electronics.
How could I forget that? The new Fishhawk electronics, absolutely. So Trevor was just
doing a seminar right now.
Going to a seminar, and a couple of guys stopped me, and he said, "Hey, is he going to get into all the ins and outs?" And I says, "He's going to be in there for 60 minutes. You got him for 60 minutes." And most of our seminars, quite frankly, the guys would do 15, 20 minutes of presentation, and then the rest is just open. Because people really want to ask their questions. They want to get they've got a detailed question, and they're looking to get answers to those questions. And it usually goes for the full 60 minutes, and we got to boot them out at the end of 60 so the next seminar starts up. So basically, our show was built on education. So we got this, the kind of teaching fishing show is the way we brand the show. And that's what differentiated ourselves from most of the rest of the shows. So between being 100% fishing and the education aspect of it, that was what kind of gets the people here. And as a new show, I mean, shows aren't booming across the country, and there's not a lot of new shows starting up. In fact, there's more shows dropping out now that are starting up. So this gave us the opportunity to do something different, and that's what we chose to do. And so we built the education, figuring the exhibitors would come. The education is terrific for sales. Casey did Panoptics, PS30, and Rich Hijacki was down there selling PS30s. The guys couldn't get the money out of their pocket fast enough to buy them. I don't know how many he sold that first day.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Sold out. It was
and that's not a trivial unit.
Yeah.
That's a big time purchase. But people want to go. They want to hear Casey talk about how he really uses it on his boat. They want to ask him some questions, and then they can go to Garmin guys are down here. They can go to the manufacturers, talk to Garmin about it, and they're running right over to Hijacki to buy them.
Yeah.
So it's that whole process is what makes the show go.
Yeah, when you're buying something like that, it's not like buying a spoon either. It's something where you're going to have a lot of questions about how to set things up and what accessories do I need and my batteries and all these types of things. So having experts on site that can kind of go through that with you is a really big deal.
Yeah. yeah, that's what this whole thing was built for.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about LOTSA. What's happening there with the Lake Ontario Trout and Salmon Association?
Well, last year we ended up with 580 members. I know when I started, I think we had 23. That was a long time ago. But it's grown. LOTSA was actually built on education, the same thing. So all our meetings are really not meetings. They're really seminars. So bring different speakers in. And that's what kind of precipitated us going to a LOTSA show, which was 15, 16, 17 years ago. And we outgrew that. And then that's how this started, is from us going to this. So we do a lot of pen rearing. Tomorrow at our salmon school, we've got a raffle for a lot of the different products from the manufacturers, including Fish Hawk. And 100% of that money goes to our pen rearing program. So we're big on the pen rearing. We've run a number of different tournaments over the course of the year. Our tournaments are different from what Casey and Pete and those guys fish. Our tournaments are more for the everyday weekend angler type of guy. So on Friday, we actually, in the middle of July, we do a free tournament, limited to 60 boats, which we load up. We get our 60 boats. Doesn't cost you anything to enter. We give out $750 cash, plus this year we've given out a free mount.
That's awesome.
And it just gives people, it's really kind of the entry ground for people to get into the tournament fishing. So you get to see how you do. There's no risk. Afterwards, we have a big big cookout for people, drinks and everything else. It's all free. All compliments of LOTSA. And then Saturday we do a single big fish tournament. Same thing, 100% payback, $70 a boat to enter. So it's not a big deal. So Friday becomes kind of our pre-fish day. Give people some incentive. Saturday we run the big one, which isn't not big money, but there's a lot of pride at stake. So it's, you'll hear Pete and Casey going at each other, over who's better and that kind of stuff. Within LOTSA, it allows us to compete against each other and see how you stack up against the best guys in the club. Mm-hmm. But the cost is minimal, the payback isn't big, and they have a fully catered picnic after that for the guys. So those are the kind of things we do for our members. It's more on the low end of stuff. But eventually we get people in there that go, I'm pretty good at this. I want to get into the Wilson Big Tournament, or I want to get into the big lots of the Oak Orchard Big Boys, or whatever. And they feel a lot more comfortable because they fished tournament fishing with all the. It's not shotgun start, but it's a 6 a.m. The rules are the same kind of thing, and they got to go through that whole process. We have a big weigh-in in front of everyone, and so that's kind of where LOTSA is. A lot more on the low end, but our whole thing is about recruiting people into the fishery.
I'm glad you said this because, honest to God, I had no idea about any of this.
Oh, yeah.
No, I had no idea. Yeah. I can tell you this, guys. If you do see this gentleman walking around, take the time and say hi and thank him. Once again, maybe it's me being arrogant or me being blindsided and not realizing it. It just seems like you just show up to the show. You don't know how much this gentleman does behind the scenes to make this actually happen for everybody. And it's not like he's getting paid to do it. He's taking his own time to do this and to make it such a success. I had no idea. Him asking me to do the school enlightened me to how much he actually does to do this. And I'm not saying it because he's sitting next to me. I'm saying it because we should all be thankful, because there's a lot of people that are getting a lot of great knowledge, a lot of great products from this because of this guy. So if you see him, shake his hand, tell him thank you.
And kind of the converse holds true, because there's so many people here that donate to us, help us out with our tournament prizes, help us out with this. Just about anybody I asked to do the salmon school, I asked Casey, he can't get the words out of his mouth fast enough. Sure, I'll be there. Not a question. Pete Alex, Bob Song, and you name it. You go, Rob.
Speaking of Song, let me interrupt you real quick. You guys need to talk to his wife and get your shirts starched up. Bob would be disappointed in your shirt. I'm just telling you.
It happened to me. Well, I came back to the hotel last year. They had an ironing board in the hotel. I show up at the hotel last night. There's an iron in there. No ironing.
I'm not saying they're bad. They're like a 7 out of a 10. Bob's 10 out of a 10. His wife's got him on point. I mean, he's older. His hair's not so much. I mean, he's getting really old. Like, it's probably too much for him to be here today.
Yeah.
3 days is going to be a lot for Bob. 4 would be like,
yeah.
But
he gets you guys.
He's got some nice
Oh.
shirts too. I mean, they're beautiful. They got the
He
embroidery.
dresses her man to the 10.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's the only
probably a
guy.
5, but when she gets done dressing him,
Yeah.
he's like an 8.
So he's the only guy I know that fishes all day with his clients, cleans all the fish, 75, 80-degree day, hot and humid on the lake. He gets in, he changes his shirt, so he has a bright, fresh shirt on, and then he does his report.
Yeah.
From the boat. Hey, from the boat. Just got off the boat. Yeah. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
That's smart. Makes
It
it
makes
good.
sense. Makes sense.
She takes care of him. That's true love right there.
Yep.
Stand by your man, and Mrs. Songen does that.
Yeah.
Going off of what Casey was talking about, and what we were talking with Craig too, something that we do with this podcast is we're trying to grow the sport.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys do too. You talked about the tournaments, you talked about the different events. The other thing you guys do, and I think it's once a month, is you do kind of like an education thing where you bring in a Casey, you bring in a Pete, and people can just come out and hang out on the dock with them, and he'll do like a little mini seminar once a month. I think that's huge.
Yeah. That's how this whole thing started and kind of evolved into this. But so in May, right before the spring lock derby, that Thursday night when everybody comes into town because the massacre is on the bar on Kings, as Casey would say, Casey, come on,
Joe.
the massacre on the bar.
That was a secret.
But anyway, we do at the dock thing with a cookout. We're cooking hot dogs and stuff, and we bring one of the captains in, and basically they just back up to the dock in Wilson, and I think we had 85 guys around last year. Everybody's just ready to go. First day of the spring lock is tomorrow morning, and it's just a really good. But that's one of our meetings.
Yeah.
So, and the guy's at the dock. Hey, how do I do it? He pulls out. This is the spoon. Blah 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 blah. Here's how I rig this. How do you run that board? He shows. They run this clip. It's really, really, really good, and that's all the captain.
The show itself, we talked about the just the vendors here, but just a beautiful setup. And Trevor was talking, the room just looks incredible, and you can see just how much work, and the website's new, got a new look to that, and just awesome job.
Yeah, it's been good, and the convention center here, basically that's all their operations people doing this thing. So we got this works because in Niagara Falls, this is obviously off season. There's not a lot of bunch of hotels aren't filled from tourists walking around Niagara Falls and down in Devil's Hole and all that kind of stuff to see that whole process that they come here for the rest of the year. So we kind of fit this niche, right? We bring a ton of people into Niagara Falls. This is what the convention center do. This is a state-run facility. It's not a free, but it's basically their job is to bring people downtown. So they work at this just as hard as we do to make this thing fly, and that's quite frankly how it works.
And the staff's pleasant. I have not met a single person that's not been pleasant or going out of their way to help you. I had a room that was a little cold. The guy came in, fixed it. Anything you've asked these girls or guys, it's been amazing. Like, this is just top notch.
The other thing I'll say, being a big dude, I like food. Food's good, and it's also really well priced. Got an awesome bowl of soup.
Trevor just had some soup there. It smelled amazing. I mean, I wanted to see if he shared with me, but he took it.
We just got done eating there. So they have a chef on board, on site here. So it's not the rotisserie hot dogs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And basically he preps fresh meals every day, and he sends them out there and keeps them loaded. And I think a slice of pizza was like $3.
Yeah.
Where do you get a slice of pizza for $3? Yeah.
I mean, I just looked at it, I said, I want one, but fought the urge. You know what I mean?
Good job.
So yeah, it's just a really nice environment for all of us, and that's why people keep coming back. And every year we get more and more. We sold this thing out real early. Salmon School sold out 2.5 months ago. 170 seats 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that because of Pete Alex, it might have been the fastest sellout in history.
Yeah.
But that's because of Pete.
Yeah.
He's a big deal.
Well, we're going to give Pete some credit. Pete did a darn good job, and you did too, and Rob did too, of promoting it. Like, you guys were on social and talking about it, and
they did,
getting people excited about it, and that's what you need.
I honestly love the fact that you can help somebody become a better angler, like I said before. Helping anybody catch more fish is so rewarding. It doesn't have to be on my boat. It could be another charter captain. I don't care. I love seeing that somebody can catch more fish, and maybe it's one little thing they picked up from me. That's so rewarding and awesome to be able to help somebody. Like, I don't know I love it. I love it.
Well, there's no, you can't go to school for this stuff.
Right.
Right. I mean, we learned it from our fathers, our grandfathers, the next door neighbor's dad, you name it, but it wasn't like we went to school for this stuff. And it's kind of like, where do you go to get perch information?
Right.
Who teaches perch schools?
Yeah, nobody.
There's standing room only. You go down there for a perch seminar.
Yeah.
We got a room that seats 60. They'll be out the door to go into that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get 7 or 8 perch seminars.
People
it's
love
like-
perch.
Yeah, but where do you go for perch seminars?
Yeah.
Right, free.
Right
It
here.
costs you nothing.
Right.
$10 to get in the door and parking's for free. You can't go too far wrong.
Exactly. Joe, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stopping
Appreciate the
by.
time.
Yeah.
Thanks
No,
for
thank
having
you
me
for
on.
everything.
Everything you're doing, and
Make sure he goes to bed early tonight and he's ready to rock and roll tomorrow.
Alrighty. Tomorrow's a bye day. It's just meet and greet.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Saturday is the game day.
Tomorrow
Alrighty.
night. Yeah. Tomorrow night we'll challenge him though, because that meet and greet is, we got beer and wine and everything for the guys, and they'll be walking around prying
Drinking my ginger ale right now.
prying secrets out of Casey.
there you go.
Hey,
Good
thank you very
morning.
much.
Thanks, Joe.
See you guys.
Thanks, Joe.